What's up, Big Rapids? Welcome to the show. I'm Chris Jane.
And I'm Pat Brooks.
And we're so grateful for you. Before we even get started, we just want you to know that no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what you look like or what you've done, we want you to know that you are valuable, you're loved, and we appreciate even a moment of your time, so we will try not to waste it. I know we've got a great show for you today, so thanks for tuning in. Pat, how are you, sir?
I talked on this show 2 weeks ago. I even knocked on this desk, and I wasn't going to get sick.
It was just last week.
Was it last week?
Yeah.
That's how fast
That's
it
how
happened.
out of it you are.
I've been totally in loop mode, just trying to accomplish the tasks at hand and just get one foot in front of the other, one day after the next.
Well, I don't want to take any responsibility, but you sat there so confidently saying that all the people in your life were ill, and I was like, oh, well, then you're next, right?
Yeah.
I hope I didn't put that on you. I looked at you with my bony finger, and I was like, thinner.
Yeah. He's coming.
Sicker.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah,
No.
I'm actually almost 100% now. I mean, I went through it too. We got lucky. Everyone either caught the flu or the cold. I had caught the cold, and grateful for it because I prefer that to the other.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's right here. You know what I mean? It's like in my face. Of course, we're on YouTube. But I said yesterday, pray for me so we could be ready for today.
Yeah, you know what? You sound good.
You sent me that tip.
Yeah.
Knocked it out the park.
Oh, good.
We're good. I think that's why we're able to show up today.
Oh, good.
So,
Is it something? Yeah. I don't remember what it was. Is it something that would help anyone else?
Yeah, Benadryl.
Oh,
yeah. Just,
well, I wish I could take credit for it.
I monkeyed around with a bunch of different, and I take Benadryl for seasonal allergies and stuff, and I've just been taking these sinus and cold medicines thinking it's going to help me.
Let me tell you why I said that, because my natural inclination was the same as yours. Like if I have a cold, I go get cold medicine, right? Usually they're like big capsules that are orange for the day or red, and then like green or black or whatever for nighttime.
Yep.
And they weren't really doing anything. Our pediatrician, who is also a friend, said, "Oh no, he just needs to take Benadryl," and it helped right away.
Yeah,
helped right away.
If I had the flu and stuff, I'm sure it
totally
wouldn't have
different.
worked. But I'm just all nose. So
I was not able to just, unfortunately, it was like I had such a busy schedule. I'm so sick of saying that.
Oh, yeah.
When is it not true?
You were pretty busy, though.
But this weekend in particular, I really had to sort of show up. I feel like Thursday through Sunday, I really had a lot of things I had to just show up as a 10, show up at 100% and give it my best. And fortunately, it all went well. I don't know if anybody made it out. Are any of you guys who are watching or listening, are you attending the Festival of the Arts events? I'm seeing the most people at them that I've seen to date.
That's so awesome.
So that's good news. Now, that doesn't mean everything is packed, but I mean, I'll give you a few examples. But on Saturday, it was really, really an honor and a pleasure for me to get to, even though my back was sore for like 2 days from lugging these drums around all over the place.
It's not like one or two of them. It's a bunch of them.
I went all out,
yeah.
Especially for the thing on Saturday. I took a ton of stuff, and it was such a cool event. It was, every seat was full. I thought it was going to be a lot of families, like children. I think we only really ended up having one child play with us at the end.
Saturday.
It was on the Saturday event. It was mostly all adults and older adults who were really curious about drumming,
the healing, right?
Yeah, about group drumming.
Yeah.
And so I took all sorts of drum and percussion instruments out there, and I never get to nerd out like that for people and really show them here are drums from this part of the world, and this is what they can sound like. Here's a few things.
I've got a couple of those lessons.
Yeah, I know. Well, because I
just
do that stuff all the time, just annoyingly. Nobody really in my family wants to hear. Yeah, nobody's asking or wants to see it. So to be able to do it in like an appropriate setting where people were really appreciative of it, it was so cool. And then so that event went great, and I think our group, our Big Rapids Drum Circle group, grew a little bit that day. We had quite a few of the adults want to come back for more. In fact, they showed up the next day on Sunday. I think at least 5 of the people from Saturday showed up at the Ferris event. But on Sunday at the Eisler Center, the Ferris State, like the international
cultural.
Yeah, it was the
thing,
International Cultural Festival.
Yep.
It was insane.
I wanted to go so bad, but we had to work.
Oh my
after
gosh,
so.
I've never seen that many people in that building.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was almost like when I showed up, I'll be honest with you, I was like a little anxious. There was like so many people, and we've got like 40 drums.
It's like 400 people there.
No, there was like 1,000.
Oh,
people.
there we go.
I mean, it was packed.
Good for them.
It was like body to body.
That's awesome.
And it was incredible. When I got there, they were doing a fashion show with these kids from all over the world, and they were dressed like to the nines in all this exotic, really, really cool clothing. And then there was food from all over the world there. That's, I think, the main draw. People were just eating, all over the place.
That was the invite we got, was for the food.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's really the main thrust of it. But they had singing performances, they had dancing performances, then they had me do a drum circle. And when I got there, they were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be up on the stage there to do the." And I'm like, "Well, how are we gonna do that?" I mean, on like this, it was a decent sized stage, but like drum circles are about kind of more like
wide and
take up
some
you
space
need some
a little
space.
bit.
It's more
everybody
like,
kind of look at each other.
Yeah, it's kind of an
circle.
inviting thing. Whereas if you're on stage, that's more of a performance. It's a little bit more isolating.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So fortunately, I sort of just commandeered the space in front of the stage instead, turned this area into a drum
Massive
circle.
drum circle. I seen the picture, man.
It was so cool. We had Brutus the Bulldog playing with us the whole time.
That's fun.
We had these international students who were super talented and played with us the whole time. And then we had people of all ages come through. That was awesome. I was I felt like $1 million.
That's so awesome.
After that.
Yeah, I mean that's a back to back. Just that's a good,
it was rewarding, man. It makes it worth all the
hard work and lugging those drums
just
around
keeping them all these years.
Yeah,
do you know what I
true.
mean? Like,
Very true. Take up a lot of space, right? Some of them are small.
Yeah, none of them are small. I've been foolishly collecting for decades now
for the payoff.
Yeah. Now it's finally
so
getting a
awesome
chance to use them. So I think this is going to be a great year here in Big Rapids for the drum circles and for some drumming and for some music. I think we're gonna go all out this year.
Yeah,
so if you
I heard from others too. Just so you know,
Yeah.
I had other people come up to me and said Chris did a really good job on Saturday and Sunday. So.
I know, I appreciate it. I got a lot of pats on the back, and I got a lot of people telling me that really the kids really lit up, and that it it was cool to see, and man, it was awesome. It was awesome. Can't wait for the next one. If you think you might want to try something like that, I'm telling you, it's for everybody. It's an easy way to just sort of get to try something like this out. There's no barriers,
Yep.
and everybody's welcome. There's no real skill requirement or anything like that. And you can go, to the Big Rapids Drum Circle page on Facebook and join it. We typically meet the 4th Fridays of every month. But anyway, yeah, that was the main part of the weekend. Anyway,
Squeeze some work in, I'm sure, and all that. stuff.
Yeah. Real estate is really picking up. Just finally closed on a property. Monday, which, geez, it's been a minute. It's been a
good
quiet.
Feeling.
Yeah, it's a good feeling help anybody be done with the process.
Right.
So fortunately, we've got some others
That's
now that
part of the most fulfilling part is that finally getting them the keys.
Right.
Or sending the keys
exactly
out, right?
Right.
So.
I'm typically helping the sellers, and that was the case this time too. And but it was one that just dragged on, like they all tend to do in the wintertime.
Yeah, well, nobody's moving quickly. We're all bunkered down. We're all trying to stay warm, and
basically everybody takes from Thanksgiving till like the second week of January off. It seems like what I mean,
especially in that banking world,
in the banking world, in the appraising world.
They're all using all their PTO and stuff. No, that's awesome though. I'm glad things are moving for you. And real quick, I've been dealing with this illness, right?
Yeah,
and so. Yesterday was probably the worst of it. Monday, it sucked, but I had a bunch of stuff to do, so it kind of kept my mind off it. Well, yesterday, again, when you own your own business, there are no sick days for starters. But also, there are certain things that have to be done on certain days, right? Yeah. And so yesterday, I come in not feeling like this. or not feeling the best, but feeling like this, and kind of just looked at the list. Knew I had to prep for this. Knew I had to, all these different things I had to do at work, and jumping around. I got a couple things sent to me. I forwarded them off to you. I noticed our buddy Etch up for a couple awards. Shout out Etch and Michigan Broadcasters Association.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I
check
didn't
it
know
out.
that. I actually just sent him a little congratulations because I saw he won a chili cook-off.
He did win.
He was in the newspaper today for that.
Good for him. But
I
seen. I was only on Facebook for a brief amount of time, right?
Well, are we in competition for? Is this like a direct? Is this a direct competition with us?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, that's broadcasters, NBA, or whatever it's called. No, I think that's radio.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. We're coming for you,
buddy. But so real quick, that was the only thing. Like somebody sent me something. Facebook open. Blah blah blah. Last night, I'm just kicked my feet up. I'm chilling. Facebook gets opened at some point, watching some TV, and the first thing I see is that it's Chris's birthday. Everybody's saying, happy birthday, Chris. And I'm thinking, what a jerk. I do this podcast. We hang out at least once a week, if not multiple times a week. How did I miss? That must have been sick. So I got you a gift.
Yeah. I was going to say, I very much appreciate it. It is my fake birthday, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm going to lean towards saying that you're a good friend because you got me a birthday present when it wasn't my birthday, instead of a bad friend that wouldn't know when my birthday was. But hey, I love that you erred on the side of caution.
Yeah, and, why not? It's I'm a gift giver, man. I love giving gifts. So
you know what? All it was, I just switched my profile picture back to a photo that was taken on my birthday this last year. Sorry, everybody. My birthday's in the fall. I'm an October guy.
That's all right.
But,
there's some good gifts in there. You can check them out here.
Man.
Nothing.
I hope some of them are edible because I'm hungry.
Yeah. No, I'm like, man, I'm gonna tell him sorry for starters, and what better way than bringing a gift,
But I actually got a couple texts today and messages from people who were like, "Oh man, I didn't know it was your birthday. I'm so sorry."
I didn't get the Facebook alert.
Yeah.
It's probably because there wasn't one
real.
To be made.
False alarm. False alarm. But you know what? Appreciate that. And appreciate everybody who, even if it is just a passing thing to just say, hey, happy birthday on Facebook. I try to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? When I know it's
feel good.
Yeah,
right?
Of course it does.
I've always enjoyed it. That's one of my favorite parts. We went down to New Orleans last year for Brady's birthday. That was one of my favorite parts is like, you have to notate. There's something, I think she wore maybe a, sash around, happy birthday. But she also, in New Orleans, you pin dollars to your shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And people will come up and go, hey, here's $1. And it's for basically, get a drink or whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah.
But that signals that it's your birthday.
Yeah.
And she had at least 60 people on that day. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Happy birthday. It's just, thank you. People, random people just in the streets. And it made her feel good. She got done and she thought, that made me feel so good.
When Tracy wore a suit of money. You know what I mean? Just a suit of dollar bills.
I don't think I ever seen that.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, but
That's how I'm picturing her, just in a suit of dollar bills. Yeah, everywhere.
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyways, so happy not birthday.
Yeah. Thank you
enjoy
anyway.
the gifts.
If I could,
we'll catch you later in the fall.
If I can celebrate, if I can take time to celebrate a couple times a year, I think that's all right.
Right on. Everybody should have 2 birthdays. It make you feel better. Half birthdays. Just start celebrating. Why not? But all right. Well, what happened last weekend? You had the Festival of Arts. I seen the Polar Plunge went really well. I seen some snapshots from that.
I did too. I got to see a little bit of it from my car. It was pretty cool. People,
seemed like a pretty big crowd.
It was a huge crowd.
That's awesome.
Yeah, huge crowd. I saw people dressed in costumes and
the whole thing.
Yeah,
everything that was expected. So, but real quick, what do we have for Festival of Arts? We're coming on the back end of it.
That's right. It's kind of the last week of Festival of the Arts, but I've got some really good stuff for you guys. Don't sleep on this last week. In fact, oh man, the one on Saturday, I'll get to it in a second. But first off, a lot of people don't understand that we've got something like this even in the area. But Magic City Studios is just outside of town. It's run by a friend of mine, Michael Kreppel. He's from Hollywood. He's from LA. He's been mixing movies for decades. He's won awards. He's an award-winning audio mixer, for television and film. It's got a lot of credits, and his setup out there is, I think, the only one in the area that is, set up for Dolby Atmos mixing.
Yeah,
That's like the highest level of audio production today.
Yep.
And until you've been in a room like that and felt it, well, a lot of us has. I mean, if you've been to like a really great movie theater, you know what I mean? You can experience something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, this Thursday night at 7:00, there is a little bit of a demonstration, and it's free to attend, but it isn't that big of a space. So if you want to go, if this is something that's interesting to you, he's going to be demonstrating, like a full 360-degree auditory experience.
That's crazy.
And so if you're into that, if you want to check it out, you need to let Artworks know. Okay, you need to call Artworks and reserve a space. Okay, that's Thursday the 27th. The next night, try that again. It's the Paxton Spangler Band. They're in concert at the Emmanuel Lutheran Church, and this looks pretty cool. I'm seeing congas and percussion. I'm seeing trombone and horns. So they're doing a lot of jazz and like blues type stuff. So
this is Friday night at Emmanuel Lutheran Church again.
Yeah, exactly right. Great spot. I mean, the sound in there is fantastic.
Shout out them, man. They hosted a ton of these events.
Yeah, huge supporters of the festival. Anyway, the next night though, this is the one I was saying I'm super excited about. Actually, yeah, I guess we'll do Zach's too. Strings and Things. This is actually Saturday at 1:00. I've been to this event before. It's always really, really interesting. It's at Quinn's Music. Our friend Zach Potter's presenting basically a whole bunch of different instruments and explaining, kind of how they work, kind of the science behind them. And he'll be demonstrating a few of them. And he's a heck of a, great player. So it's always fun. And they are asking for pre-registration at Quinn's, probably just so that they can kind of get an idea of numbers.
No fee to enter.
Yeah. But I have a feeling if you just drop in, it'll probably be fine as well.
Yeah.
Okay, now the one I was really excited about. We can edit this, right? So I didn't say it 3 times.
I wouldn't even cut that out. But
well, I am really excited about this, and I hope people can make the time to come out. I know that once you get done with like the stuff of the day, it's hard to like leave the house again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I get that, but we've been working on this music with this group, the Hand of Giants, for a couple of months now, and I'm telling you, it's like the best thing I've ever been a part of. It is just stunningly beautiful, this music, and it's all originals pretty much. We might play a cover or two, but pretty much be all originals with an 8-piece band, including upright bass, fiddle.
Wow.
Yeah, Paul Quant on lead acoustic.
Whew.
Just
shredding.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it's going to be great. It's going to be at the Sawmill on Saturday night at 7.
Free to attend.
Free to attend. It's just, you guys know how big the Sawmill is. It's not that big, so
especially in the wintertime.
Yeah, especially
it gets
in the
bigger
wintertime.
in the summer.
Yeah, exactly right. You can't really spill out into the backyard this week. So if you want to come, I'd recommend getting there a little bit early, and we'd love to see you. We'll be there, say hello, and hang out a little bit. It's going to be
some
fun.
Music, man. That's going to be a good time for sure.
It's really, really going to be fun. I'm as excited about that as I have been about anything in a while. So anyway, and that's about it. After that, there's only one other concert for Festival of the Arts, and that'll be it for 2025. So
good year for them. I mean,
excellent year.
I hope we were able to kind of like bring it to attention to people that maybe, 1, forget about it, or 2, didn't have any idea about it, and hopefully we were able to kind of shed even a little bit of light on such a wonderful program we have here in Big Rapids that people tend to forget about.
That's right. I don't know how they pull it off, to be honest with you, and I'm sure it's going to get harder and harder because some of the main patrons are getting older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But if we're going to continue to be able to put on this kind of event, I'm sure they're looking for volunteers. So if you think you may have a passion around that, or do you have a passion around that? Let us know.
Yeah, reach out to Artworks. They're always looking for volunteers, people to help.
I'd love to hear what you think would be great additions to Festival of the Arts for 2026.
Good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you've got any ideas or you've got suggestions, or you want to be, a featured artist in 2026, man, let them know now.
For sure. From food to reading to, everything. It's arts.
I think like last night, maybe it was Monday night, there was a charcuterie. We talked about it before. We did give them, two cheesy guys was doing like a charcuterie presentation. Come on, that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
That's cool. There was that mushroom thing earlier.
Yeah. The students, teaching the students how to cook.
Right.
On that Sunday. Those weird,
right.
One pot meals or whatever they're doing for the students. So from
a lot
food to music to artistry,
a
lot of diversity, and I'm looking forward to next year. That's for sure. Real quick, we talked about how the sawmill doesn't creep out. I've been wanting to ask. Weather's been wonderful last couple of days, right? Can I wash my car yet?
No,
still hold off.
Yeah. I think it's going to start raining a little bit too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're going to have a little bit of mess for a while. So
in the winter, man, washing your car, you have a white car. So it's
a
little bit different, but
honestly, you pretty much have to do it every week just to keep the salt off and just to keep it,
preserve it and stuff.
Right.
And it's I don't know. I've
did you
had
hear
this conversation a few times this week.
Did you hear we're getting a new big car wash out by the?
I did. I heard Jerry Bowman, Shooters, is petitioned with the city and was looking to get a special use permit.
Yeah, he's been looking for ideas for something to do for a while. I was kind of hoping it would be like one of those Mr. car washes or something where they've got the unlimited.
Yeah.
I would take advantage.
Well,
of that.
the Shell has the unlimited, and you can pay for the package if you're willing to sit 25 minutes in line.
I was gonna say, and it's broken down a lot too. Like that is where I get it washed a lot, but it's hit or miss.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is going to be really similar conveyor belt style. I still can't understand where they're going to put it. I know it's in the Planet Fitness Marshall's spot, right? Do you have any info on where that's going? The car wash?
I think it'll be another out lot.
Okay.
Type of a
next. See, the way I read it was next to Marshall's in that little blank space right there. But I didn't dive too deep into it. But
yeah, I think it'll be built out in the parking lot. Yeah, like out by the road.
Gotcha. Okay.
Would be my guess. The way I read it anyway. But we'll see. Either way, it's good to hear about something that's actually coming to Big Rapids or opening in Big Rapids because, man, this week it's been like one thing after another.
Unfortunately.
Some of the things we kind of knew about a little bit, but list them off, bud. What are we losing?
Well, I think we kind of touched on it a little bit, but Joann's loss.
Joann's Fabrics. So they finally announced it. It's for sure that thing is gone.
Sad.
It reminds me of when we lost Staples. Yeah. People thought, who cares? We'll just get this stuff at Walmart or Meijer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or Amazon.
And now we really, there's been so many times when I have really missed having a Staples that you could run into to get some of this stuff.
I've had to go to is it Staples over in Mount Pleasant? Mm-hmm. I've had to go there like 3 times for office supplies. Yeah. They don't sell here, and I was in a pinch, tax forms or whatever it was. I think it was last year. It was envelopes or something, you can't wait for sometimes. And unfortunately,
I remember going into Staples before it had closed, and I needed something like a router or a modem, or I don't remember what it was. It was some sort of a piece of tech gear, and I knew they carried them, but that they were a little high on the price of them. But of course, this is when they're closing, right? You know what I mean? Like we knew they were closed; it already announced, and so I went in looking for kind of a deal, and I remember the manager saying to me, like almost in a real pained, like cryptic way, he's just like, this town's going to miss this store.
I'm going to tell you so you can tell everybody in a couple years on a podcast this town is going to miss Staples.
And he was absolutely right. And here I am saying it. He was right. He was right. We do miss
sad.
it. And we're going to miss Joann Fabrics too.
Definitely. It's come in clutch a couple times for us. Something you can't find at Meijer or Walmart. They 100% have in there.
If you want to make anything or do anything creative or do a hobby
set
or
decorations for plays or whatever.
Yeah.
Hobbies,
making a gift for somebody, just anything. We're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
So there's that. Also, the Yellow Window, one of which has really come to be one of my favorite little spots around town. The Yellow Window announced that they can't afford to continue in that spot. The rent has gone way up, and the appliances are everything there is very old, and just doesn't apparently make any sense for her to continue there. So she is going to operate the food truck more on a full-time type of a basis.
It's good food. Yeah,
it's fantastic food. She always does the
flexibility
brisket,
to her schedule, I'm sure.
like brisket, mac and cheese and stuff out of the food truck. But she can do any kind of stuff, and she's going to be available for bookings, and I'm sure she's pretty flexible. So if you guys have any parties that you're scheduling or planning for spring, summer, or whatever, reach out to the Yellow Window.
We'll have her pulled up, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it says March 16th where it would be her
It's
best
super
day,
fast.
So.
Yeah, that's only a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so
the Rotary Club has been meeting there for a while now, ever since I don't know, last summer, I guess. And it's we're gonna miss it. It's been really great. It was a good space. The food was good. It's been working out really well for us. But anyway,
find a new spot.
Find a new spot. We're probably at least in the meantime going to go back to Artworks, which is some members really preferred being able to just like walk, from their downtown job, just walk to Rotary.
Yeah.
So hey, if you guys been thinking about joining Rotary, I'd love to have you be my guest.
It's free.
It's free to come and free to be my guest, although it's not really free because the Rotary is a club of very generous people that is constantly, either throwing in dollar bills for this or that, or throwing money towards the Thanksgiving meals that we give away.
It's free to go the first couple times.
That's Chris. It's free to be my guest.
Yeah, I mean, he's a wonderful host. Chris is. He's brought me a couple times,
and it's a powerful group because Rotary is just one of those groups that the goal is for a bunch of professional individuals to pool their pool their talent, pool their knowledge, pool their resources to try to make some sort of positive impact in their community and in the world.
Yeah.
And
you guys, I know you guys give a lot to this city, so
it's a really good club. One of the better groups I've been affiliated with. So anyway, we wish Tammy the best, and we also wish the very best to Tim Peckham from Total Performance and Fitness.
Yep.
Always have loved, since the first time I saw him at the gym years ago, first time I got to chatting with him, he's always been such a positive guy.
He's been so helpful for me.
A helpful guy. He's like a coach of a person, you know what I mean? He's one of those people that is really, he's working on being his best version, and he wants to help you be your best version.
Yep.
Kind of like Dom.
Yeah.
Like our producer.
Yeah.
Dom a little
That's
bit.
true. Very true. A lot of similar characteristics. For those that don't know, maybe you haven't visited Tim in downtown, but this is on Maple Street, across from, the LOSB Jets area.
Yeah, kind of across
there.
from Jets a little bit.
Patterson's block right there. So,
and it basically, he's been there for years now selling your protein powders, your pre-workouts, your supplements, your branch chain amino acids, your creatines, and
all the good stuff.
All that stuff, right? Plus, like workout accessories.
Yeah.
He always had that stuff too. Lately, he's gotten into pickleball and has become a pickleball supplier, and that's kind of cool because, I mean, in this town, unless you want to go to Dunham's or Walmart or Meijer, and that stuff is super
If you've ever
limited.
played pickleball, I hear there's a big difference.
Yeah, there's a huge difference. You can't get anything.
The quality.
Yeah. So this was like one of those spots where you actually could get some good pickleball paddles, some good pickleball shoes, some, equipment. But he announced he's finally hanging up the paddle up here in Michigan anyway, and moving down to the Gulf side of Florida.
Yep.
And he's going to reopen a shop down there. So, I mean,
said he's already working on it.
Yeah, great for him. I mean, I have no doubt he will thrive. They're going to love him. I don't know if he'll do that well in the sun. because he's kind of got more my complexion.
Do you, Doc?
You know what I'm saying? So
you guys are kind of the
I'm gonna
same.
send. We wish you all the best sun protection.
Yeah. And bucket hats.
But he'll
such.
do great. He's going to
100%,
thrive down there. And meanwhile, we're losing out on another cool business. That means we got another opening downtown.
Yeah. Tim did tell me, I stopped in there yesterday, and he did inform me that from a supplement standpoint, outside of your standard stops here in town, that Factory Gym is actually going to start. We've talked about Factory Gym here a couple times on the show.
Factory is the new gym that is across the street from the JCPenney building in the old MPI space. So they are going to sort of take over some of those.
Some of them. He didn't really go into detail in terms of the brands that they're going to have and stuff, but they're going to try and fill a need, hopefully. So, unfortunately, Tim was wonderful, and he was a big reason why I kept going in there, because he's encouraging, he was helpful, kind of learned a lot about the stuff, because it was all new to me. And he definitely informed me every time I went in there, and he was always cheering for me. And so I'm definitely going to miss him, that's for sure.
Yeah, we wish you the best, Tim. Wish you the best. And, I'm wondering if you're listening to this, do you have any business ideas? Are you thinking about starting something downtown? I had a couple people message me this week about different buildings, and I'm actually I'm negotiating with a guy right now trying to help him buy a building in town. There's a lot of spaces, though. I'd love to hear from anyone who's listening or watching. What would you like to see in Big Rapids, and do you have any dreams or ideas, things that you'd like to start?
There's a lot of wonderful spaces downtown.
Yeah, maybe we can connect you with the right people that can help, or even just encourage you. Or tell you that that's a dumb idea. That'll never work.
Don't do that.
That'll never work.
I had a wonderful idea, but I'm gonna sit on it. I'm gonna marinate on that one for a little while and see.
They can put it in the chat right now.
Yeah,
they can put it in the comments.
Put it in the chat.
Drop it
and
down there.
Let the internet do what it does.
Do we need
best.
another fitness place? Do we need a cookie place? Do we replace Total Performance Nutrition with cookies?
Oh my goodness!
Are we going the wrong way there?
Yeah.
But what else do we need? Yeah, 100%. Drop in the comments.
Yeah, we have every different type of storefront and building type available right now. I feel like whether you just need like a little office or you actually need a beautiful storefront, we have both.
Definitely got options, especially downtown too.
So light industrial, we've got all sorts of spaces open.
Not relevant to Big Rapids, but also closing.
What?
Nationwide.
What?
Hooters.
Hooters?
Hooters is closing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were in a Hooters? You know what? I can answer that.
I actually know when, too.
Okay. You go first.
Sophomore year in high school, we went down there for a whole, 10 guys.
It's been that long for you? Okay, now I have
It
been
has.
to one since then, a couple times. So once was when we went to the Mall of America.
Minnesota,
Yeah. It was the first time I went to Mall of America. This was a long time ago. I can't remember exactly when, but I remember getting a T-shirt then, thinking it was sort of hacky even then.
Yeah,
Like it was
that's
sort
true.
of hacky, but kind of funny because it's Mall of America. But then just last year at spring break, we went down to Gulf Coast of Florida. And John's Pass is a spot we like to go to. Oftentimes, there's a bunch of restaurants there, and it's kind of touristy, but it's great. It's right on this little canal out to the water, and so there's boats and birds and
Very cool.
just
Very
all this cool stuff to see.
Were you with the family?
Yeah, of course. And we go down there pretty much every year. And so we eat it pretty much all, like there's a Bubba Gump and there's a Hooters, but then there's a bunch of like non-chain places too. And it just really depends on how busy the place is and what we can get into. But the Hooters there had this enormous wing hanging as though it's like a giant shark. Like it's hanging over a sauce bucket as though it's like a big whale, like a big shark. That's
memorable.
been captured.
That's why you haven't forgot.
And so when you said that, that's how I remembered. Yes, we took photos of the kids.
It's a big shark.
by the big wing. I don't even know if we ate there, but we definitely took a photo.
Well, I hear their wings are like legendary. Good
I don't
and
know.
stuff.
I don't remember them being that great. Honestly, you know what I think about Hooters closing? Good riddance.
Yeah.
I think it's I remember seeing an article about the guys who invented it and started it. They were exactly who you think they were.
Yeah.
You know what I
makes
mean?
sense.
And it just, to me,
makes
it's
sense.
one of those ideas that I don't think it should have probably ever had its day, but it definitely doesn't have a place probably today.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. I not for different reasons. Does Dick's Last Resort fit into that too? I mean,
I'm not familiar.
they're the ones that will, they'll heckle you and make you wear hats and kind of make fun of you while you're eating dinner.
Oh, it's one of those kind of places?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. I just feel it's kind of maybe not in the same Venn diagram, but we're crossing over in a section. That's for sure.
I think submitting yourself to abuse or exploitation is much different than submitting your employees to it.
Yep, that's very fair. Yes.
So, but I don't know Dick's Resort. I know Dick's Sporting Goods, and that's
that's fair. Yeah, it's a tourist you'll find them by Bubba Gumps and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. We never go there because I am not.
It's kind of crass, right?
Yeah,
just sort of a crass.
No, thank
thing,
you. I
yeah.
think you do it the one time, and I think you're all set, unless you enjoy being punished over and over.
In the prevailing times that we're in now, I'm kind of surprised a place like that isn't thriving. But hey,
Yeah. Opposite of closing, officially happening. We talked about something along those lines of getting into down in the Crusty Creations location. They're changing the area that was on the was previously the Purple Door into what's called the Arcade Play Zone. They will have the Axe lanes open. They have the splatter room, but they're also going to have an arcade.
Man, that's awesome.
I think the town needs, honestly.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, as long as the axe throwing is going,
right? Not next to the pinball machines. And
yeah, exactly right. But I want to be able to throw my skee ball without.
When's the last time you went to an arcade?
We go a lot, man. Yeah.
Oh, Noble loves them, I'm sure.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Noble.
But Dave and Buster's?
We will go to pretty much any arcade. So even when we're at the movie theater, they have like a small one.
That's right. Yep.
We'll even hit that one up for a few minutes. But yeah, we hit Dave and Buster's up several times a year on our birthdays, usually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Whoever has a birthday, that's sort of like an excuse for us to go to Dave and Buster's.
Love that. No, we tend to, it seems like every time since the kids were little, you go on a vacation, at least a couple days or moments in the day for a couple days, we're going to end up at an arcade of some sort and kind of just have some fun for a little bit. When we were in Tennessee last year, we went to Guy's Flavor Town, and attached to Flavor Town was a whole arcade. And while we waited for our seat to open, coincidentally, here's your arcade. Go spend some money at the arcade.
Of course, yeah, it's very convenient. It's way better than Cracker Barrel.
Very is. Right?
Because they don't even have to sell you any tchotchkes or anything. They can just, you can just sit there and play video games for a few minutes and spend money. Yeah. Have you been to the new one at the mall? It's like a Dave & Buster's, but it has a bowling alley too. It's called the Main Event.
I have not. What mall? Down in Grand Rapids?
Yeah, Woodland.
Okay.
The Woodland Mall, they built it on. It's a newer addition, like in the last year, to the mall.
Okay.
And it has a bowling alley. It's got all the arcade stuff.
Is this the bowling alley where the pins are on strings and you throw smaller balls? I've seen something like that recently, too.
No, it has a full-size bowling alley.
Gotcha.
I don't even know what all else they've got. I know they have some other things, but essentially it's like a Dave & Buster's with just a few differences.
Okay.
But,
cool.
But hey, look, we're not here to talk about Grand Rapids arcades because now we're getting our own arcade.
I know. What game do you hope is in there? Is there that one game from as a kid that you remember playing all the time?
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat 2 versus number 1.
Yeah.
No, The Simpsons.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know which other one I loved was
Teenage
Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I want to say that was also like 2 or 3. I can't remember which one it was, but there was one. It was a four player, of course.
That one. Yep.
And that is an arcade game I would love to have in my home.
Right. Put it right here.
Because it was just a beautiful, it was a beautiful cabinet, and we'd get a lot done if we had, that in here.
Running threes on Ninja Turtle arcade game for hours. No, it's fun though. I think honestly, we heard a couple times when we were looking for somebody to fill next door. We heard a couple people say, you should put an arcade in there.
It's really not a bad idea.
Unfortunately, we were worried about, there's tenants upstairs. Ding, 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 ding. It was going crazy. It's like living over a casino would be insane. You wouldn't do it. So, but it's a perfect place. They're on the south side. They're definitely trying to utilize that space as best as possible.
I also saw that Crossroads Church or Crossroads Connect.
Yep.
Has decided to vacate the space they're in.
They're downtown,
as well. So
it sounds like they're growing.
Well,
in their space at Crossroads.
Sounds like they've got a Celebrate Recovery program, which, if you guys don't know, that is like a sort of a 12-step program that addresses all sorts of addictions. It does not just necessarily alcoholism. But it's a wonderful program, and they've been running it at Crossroads, and I guess that is growing and that is expanding. But they had a building downtown that they were really hoping would become like a thriving community space, and it just hasn't really gotten used.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's another decent sized
Right downtown.
storefront downtown that's just
downtown.
open.
Yeah.
And that's on the north block. Like that's
north
in
end
a
of
really
Maple,
good
yep.
spot.
Yeah,
It's,
across from Schuberg's there. Yeah.
Yep. So, hey, like I said before, if you've got a dream or an idea, or you're expanding out of your space,
Some people don't even know what it takes. Like, hey, I've thought about this, but they don't even know where to start.
right?
Reach out to people.
Yeah,
People will
might
help
be
you.
easier than you think to rent one of these spaces
Yeah,
downtown.
I really do think
It's
so.
not like it's not like getting a commercial loan from a bank necessarily. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing.
And surprisingly, I know rent's on the up and up, but I know a lot of these places are still affordable.
Surprisingly affordable.
Yep. For a business, I mean, I've heard that some of those lots in like the malls and stuff are paying $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a
Unbelievable.
month.
Yeah, right.
And this is 1% of that. Not maybe not
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
but
yeah.
10% of that.
Less than
is-
$1,000,
Yeah.
you can get spaces downtown, no problem.
Yep.
So
If you're waiting, if you're at home right now and you're thinking you're going to expand, reach out downtown.
yeah.
What else? Oh, I found the ribbon cutting for Ollie's is set.
Oh,
I did
good.
not think I found it on the computer, but I did see it was set for, it won't work, March. Yeah, give me a second. I'll find it real quick. But
We've talked about it before. Ollie's is like a new sort of a discount goods store it's a chain, and it's replacing the chain that we had there before, which was Big Lots. And Ollie's, I've heard, when they were doing, taking applications and stuff, doing interviews, they were only paying like $12 an hour. So I feel bad for the people who I know waited and bothered to fill it out. But anyway, it'll be open soon. So if you're looking for,
I think March 15th, they're right around there.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. I mean, we drive by. They got the sign up. They're filling the shelves. It's
in a
it's
couple of
getting real
weeks,
close.
we'll have another little shopping.
I'll nail down that date for next week for you guys.
Another shopping destination there. And you know what? Hey, go ahead and say March 15th. We get stuff wrong all the time.
I'll literally every
We're
single
wrong
week.
every week about stuff.
It's okay. Also, what else we got going on?
I don't know. I think we probably,
End of February.
I was going to say, I think we probably ought to just check and see if we did goof anything up. See if Dom caught any mistakes.
Anything now?
Actually, the Ollie's Bargain Outlet, their grand opening is March 19th.
19th.
There you go.
I was close.
See, now that's why we asked.
People would have showed up early and started camping out. They brought their tents and.
That's why we bother to ask. And you know what? I'm not going to edit that out either. It just is what it is. We get stuff wrong all the time, but we're doing our best. Please help us out. If you know of stuff going around, don't hesitate to send it to us at whatsupbigrapids@gmail.com or just to the Facebook page, What's Up Big Rapids.
Yeah, send it to the messenger.
Send to Messenger?
It's been super easy for people to just share that kind of stuff with us.
Yeah,
Anything
we're
you see.
starting to get some tips from people, which is really nice. And of course, it really helps if you like, subscribe, and be a friend, tell a friend, share this show with some people, and we'll keep doing it.
Real quick, I had that benefit on Saturday, and it was a family based benefit. So I'd seen family that I haven't seen at least before the holidays and such, and they gave glowing reviews. They haven't checked it out every single week, but they tap in, and so I wanted to say thank you to my friends and family. Because ultimately that's where it starts, and then it goes from there. And they're the ones that are sharing it and liking it. And I just want to say thank you. I appreciate all of you. I've told them to their face, thank you. Some of them I wouldn't have expected to be people that would, they live down in Cedar Springs. And
Well, they're
but they
probably
just love
thinking the
us.
same thing. They're probably surprised to see you popping up on their screen. And what's cool is with YouTube, so many people watch YouTube on their TVs. So I've gotten quite a few messages from people where they're sending me screenshots of their TV screens, and they're like, "Dude, you guys are on our TV."
That's cool. I love it. Yeah, I had a younger tenant come in earlier today to pay his rent and stuff, and he was like, "I've been checking it out every week. We tap in. I've been telling my buddies." And this guy's 22, college kid, and like, awesome. I appreciate it. You know, like, I think that's the only way we're going to actually
They're probably
reach
only
everybody.
watching the reels.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean?
I had lots of people. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
We'll watch the reels though, and that's okay because that's where the important stuff is, anyways.
Whatever. Hey, we'll just keep trying to do our best, get the information out, and so that you guys know what's up in and around Big Rapids.
So,
all right, we can't do it without you, so please, send that stuff our way. Other than that, you got anything else for this week?
I think I'm good.
I think it was a good show. Dom?
Sounds great.
Let's hit the outro.
See you guys next week.
Oh, you know what? I can't do that yet. We don't end that way.
We don't. That generally.
Yeah, remember, kids, kindness is contagious. You're right? If you see someone that looks out of place, seems out of place, isn't feeling like they belong, what do?
You bring them in.
You bring them in. You make sure that they feel like they're part of the group. That's how you build community. That's how you build a team. Now hit it.
That's what's up, Big Rapids.
That's what's up, Big Rapids.
See you next week.